Alright, people. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Elias. This is Comic Book Opinion. I'm gonna make a real quick video of the rest of the reads that I got for this week for the March 5th. I'm gonna go through this one particular comic book that I found comic book hunting. It's called Marvel Superhero Contest of Champions. It's a 3-part series. This is issue number 3. This is a pretty good story. This is from back in the 80s. So you got that old school vibe to it. It gives you some nostalgia of the superheroes, man. This was a pretty good story. I'm pretty sure this particular story or this premise happened before Secret Wars. So this is like a little preview of like superheroes fighting superheroes and all the superheroes gathered together. So I'm gonna go through it real quick. That's the 3rd issue. This is the 2nd issue. Again, so this is about a character called Grandmaster, which is the brother of the Collector, and another character called the Unknown, and you won't know who it is until the issue number 3, but the Unknown has the power to freeze everybody on Earth and snap, or not snap, but like transfer every superhero on Earth to this particular arena in space. So what it is the Unknown killed the Grandmaster's brother, which is the Collector, and they want to have a contest between 12 superheroes and another 12 superheroes to find 4 pieces of a golden sphere, and this golden sphere will give the power to bring the any dead back to life. So if the Grandmaster wins, he can use this sphere to take back his to bring back his brother. But if he doesn't, then the Unknown will keep his brother dead. So the Grandmaster picks 12 superheroes. I'm going to show the last cover is a really good one. Gets 12 superheroes, and the Unknown gets another 12 superheroes. So it's 12 and 12, and they're separated by teams of 4, and they go in 4 parts of the Earth and try to find pieces of the spear. Really good, really very entertaining. I looked this up. This is a pretty key comic. It has the first introductions of certain characters. One of them was called... Ooh, man, I can't remember. Man, there were so many names. Man, I'm drawing a blank. But look this up. This is a key comic. It has certain first-time appearances, certain characters. My bad. I just cannot remember their names. I'm really bad with names. But this is really good. Also, when I was reading it, I think this issue right here was the first time that Wolverine and the Thing met, because the Thing, it gave you an indication that they never met before, and he was like, who are you, a new X-Men? He goes, yeah, there's a new team now, it's really very interesting, and they both fought. So I think that was their first time actually ever meeting each other and having a little quarrel. But overall, was a jewel. So if you find this in your local comic book store or comic book hunting, get this. Or if you already have it in your collection, let me know about this. Very, very, very good. So that's my old school read. So I got this 3rd issue of Bloom. I've been talking about this in previous videos. This is a really good story. The art is really good. It's gives you that serious tone to it, with realistic character details and stuff like that. And it's about they still haven't explained why people are getting bloomed. They're just turning into plants. So there are some extreme cases where certain people turn into plants, and they just turn into plants. They like explode into plants and they die. So that happened to one of the particular characters, the main character's wife, and that's why he's not in favor of getting bloomed or people being bloomed. In this issue, they show a little bit of his backstory, which is even more interesting. And he does an investigation where he has to find a warehouse or something like that, and he ends up getting like kind of beat up and kidnapping, causes partner. But there's a doctor that was introduced into the story and comes back around. So very good story. If you haven't read this. This is really good. And I don't know if it came out this week, but that probably came out last week. It just missed my radar. I'm glad I didn't miss it. Also, the cover is awesome. This is a badass cover. So this week the Jedi Knights came, issue number 1. This is really good. If you're into the Star Wars lore and canon, yo, get this. This comic book is really good. The art is fantastic. Also, when it comes to comic book and the seriousness, and the tone and the premise and all that, and the art doesn't match, I don't like that. But this was not one of them. This is perfect. The art matched completely. The color, everything matched what the tone was. It felt like you were reading some of the movie. Again, like I said earlier in the video, I'm really bad with names, so some of the names of these Jedis I'm not going to remember. But they're trying to make a peace treaty between two lands or two planets, and they end up manipulating them, saying peace and all that other stuff. And in the middle of this, he gets attacked, or this guy gets attacked. If you know the Jedi's name, let me know, because I cannot remember right now. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. But he gets attacked, and the very end of it, kind of figure out, hey, who attacked him, and he kind of is an investigation in the second issue. Very, very, very good. I also looked this up. This is kind of a key comic this week. Anticipated title, I would suggest. I don't know. This is the back of it. Very good. It introduces you to a lot of these familiar Jedi characters. Very, very, very good comic book. That was a jewel. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is Usagi Yojimbo. Alright, so if you have not read a Usagi Yojimbo title, I don't know what you're doing with your life, man. This is top-notch comic book making, comic book storytelling. This is what comic books is all about. When you read a Usagi Yojimbo title, man, you are just captured into this world, man. It's very awesome. I got this variant cover because I think it really stands out. One of my covers of the week. But this has to do with continuation of this new up and coming run that they do in everything in color. If you could find yourself a Usagi Yojimbo title in black and white, hold on to that shit. That shit is a jewel. And these are jewels too. But this is has to do with the 10,000 plums. So in all the Usagi Yojimbo titles that I've read, I never seen a character that they did to this in particular beginning of the story, where if you know what you're getting into and you're reading this, you know that the characters look like this. They're humanoid animals, hybrid looking characters, and they have more human features and animal features. And there's animals also into in the stories and stuff like that. So in this particular one, there's two foxes, and one of the foxes has a sick child and trying to get medicine for the sick child. So leaves it alone and all this other stuff and goes into town. But when it goes into town, it transforms into an actual humanoid hybrid animal person. And I'd never seen that before, and the transformation was awesome in the panels of the comic book. But I've never seen that in a Usagi Yojimbo comic book. I don't know if that's the first, or if you guys know anything about it, let me know. That was badass. Overall, the premise in the beginning, the intro of this new little, I think it may be a 5-part story. Yep. They're always about 5 or 6-part stories. And then they continue to the next one, and continues to the next one. This is really good, but it has to do with the 10,000 plums and how the plums make medicine, and the medicine that this character was a fox is trying to find for their young child. And then there's a little bit mystery twist, but I don't want to too much spoil it. But I have my own theory about what it is, and I'm gonna see if it comes true on the issues 2 and 3. Again, Usagi Yojimbo. This was the read of the week. This is very good. Again, if you have not run into any kind of Usagi Yojimbo comic book, or you haven't read one, read one. These